All right, we're live. Hi, and welcome to Loose Wires, where we talk about current events and news from a far left anarchist perspective. And I'm joined by my buddy, Nick Girard. Thanks for joining me.
Corey, happy to be here again. Thank you. Another exciting show ahead of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Good topic.
Yeah, there's lots going on.
Yeah.
I had no trouble. Like last week when I was doing the prep work, I actually had a little bit of trouble getting all the articles that I thought were good fit for the show. This time around, I had too many and I had to cut a bunch out. And then, of course, some news came out today that I was like, oh, I wish I had that yesterday. But yeah.
Just an abundance of disgusting humans and governments out there.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's just it, right? Like it's just never seems to end. Always just gets worse.
Yeah,
but
that's why we're here.
That's right.
Join forces. Help people get the right message.
Yeah, we'll try and educate some people about the trouble that's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess I will bring up our first article.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is, I think, a pretty good one to start off.
Yeah, I like this one.
There's too many steps to this. There we go.
The trouble in D.C.
Yeah. Should I change this? Is there a better view? Yeah, this is better.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. So, there was like tens of thousands marched in Washington, D.C. on September 6th under the banner, "We Are All D.C." It's the first major organized protest since Donald Trump declared a state of emergency and deployed federal troops to the Capitol. Led by groups including Free D.C., Democracy Forward, the ACLU, and Defenders of Local Self-Rule, the march demanded an end to what protesters called a federal occupation of the city, which it literally is.
Yeah, literally. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, right. It's not just what they called it, it's what's happening. Organizers emphasized solidarity with Black, Brown, immigrant, and marginalized communities facing heightened targeting under Trump's crackdown.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And I don't know if have you ever been to DC?
I have not. No.
Yeah. Well, DC is last time I was in DC was probably like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago at least.
Okay.
And DC is, it's usually pretty nice. It's low key. Museums are free, which is the best time people go to DC. Like the museums are free. You can walk around.
Nice.
Of art, and it's usually a pretty nice experience. Obviously not.
Okay.
My wife and I have been talking about going. We're like, I'm not going to DC. I'll probably get arrested if I go because I'll yell.
Right.
These awful people walking around, and I'm glad that protest took place. Good for those people.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
That spirit that we need. Like it feels like it feels like the wrong thing is. Obviously the wrong thing is happening in America, but it just feels like this shouldn't be happening here. Like something at this kind of scale where people are marching for protesting authoritarian regimes here in the U.S. It's frightening, but it's frightening. But at the same time, I'm happy to see that good people are banding together like this.
Yeah, that's right.
Seeing that.
Nobody gonna arrest you. You ain't. No one cares about you. Enog.
That's true. That's true. The only reason I would get arrested was probably because I'd throw a sandwich at one of those. Federal agents patrolling the streets. That's the only reason I would maybe get arrested. Not because anyone cares about me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they'll target, like I say, they'll target Black and brown folks and immigrant communities without provocation. So, I know. Me and my partner aren't even going into the U.S. at this point. So
I know. I'm talking about that I work with a lot of people that are from different countries, and we've openly talked about this at work. Like why would anyone want to come to the U.S.? And I would agree with you. Like, what would there be to see, and especially in D.C. And D.C. is full of the main people that live in D.C. are good people like us. People
Right.
believe in human equality. For the most part, outside of the politics, people working in that area are good people. It's a big city, and usually the big cities in the United States are usually good places to be in America. That people like. It's a melting pot in those areas for sure, and people like that, like New York City and Boston and those areas. They're good people, good societies outside of the political people.
Yeah. Well, we've got. I guess we got Velkin 999 is here, and some random geek, and
Oh, excellent.
Al Gaddafi 2011 says, "Sorry, my guys, my English is not the best. Are y'all like Republicans? No, we're not Republicans. We're the opposite, yeah, whatever the far-reaching opposite of that is."
Yeah. I wouldn't know how to describe myself. I'm against big government. I'm for human equality, equal opportunity for everyone. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I care about people having equality. That's what I care about. And I can't stand the state of the U.S. and the world at this moment. Well, since the beginning of time, actually, but especially.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I guess Al Gaddafi also said, "Do you support they raided the White House?" I'm not entirely sure what you're getting at there.
Did they raid it? Did that happen? I hope it did.
I'm not sure. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure. That sounds like to me
I wonder what happened.
like anarchism, to be honest. Oh, you mean like the guys that you mean the January 6th guys?
Oh. No, like
that
those.
That was the Capitol. That wasn't the White House. But
those are like the pro-Trump people. We're against those people.
Yeah, like one thing I do often disagree with is the framing that people use is like, because I'm not anti-treason because I don't believe in adherence to like a state.
Yeah.
So like calling them traitors doesn't appeal to me. But like they were wrong about everything they believed.
Yeah,
essentially the thing.
Exactly. They supported someone. Trump.
And yeah, that's right.
Equality.
It's like they were raiding the Capitol in order to install fascists.
Yeah, exactly. They're not. Those people don't deserve to live in the United States, and don't deserve to live in any country. They're not.
If they're gonna be, Some random geek says, "I am farther left than most Americans. I am not on most people's scales. I am an anarcho-syndicalist." Yeah.
Ooh.
Most people don't really understand how far left the left can get.
I'm always curious of how people even classify it. Like, usually the farther left you are, the more you support equal opportunity and human rights. I mean, that is the best form of an evolved human, which is what we need. We need more people like us, for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Velka999 says, "I want to watch on Twitch, but it's not working for me." Oh, that's too bad. No, that's too bad. Al Gaddafi 2011 says, "Which system of governance would be the solution in y'all's opinion?"
Good. That's a great question. I like that.
I'm an anarchist. I'm an anarchist communist. I believe in horizontal power structures with like a system of delegates and direct democracy. It's not something that I can explain in like a minute.
Right.
but
with you, Corey. Like, I don't
essentially that's where I am.
The type of government I would like it doesn't currently exist and wouldn't have to be defined under anything that is currently existing.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
A large, diverse board of people that support protecting the citizens of the United States and making sure that we all have equal opportunity, which means healthcare, college, childcare.
Right.
That everyone has that, and that there are safeguards in place if something happens to someone. So usually those kind of systems, people kind of will say that's kind of like socialism.
Right.
And I mean, socialism has depends on who you talk to. People will like kind of some people don't like the word socialism, but it's not a bad word.
Right.
It means you pay higher taxes so that everyone has good opportunities. And
which we actually have one of our stories tonight is about the changing opinions of socialism. So, yeah. So then we'll jump to the next story here.
Right,
we can talk more about our philosophies in a
yeah.
minute.
Good question for your listeners, though.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the question, Al Gaddafi. Yeah. So Google ruling against Google. So this is supposed to be like an attempt to break up Google's illegal monopoly, but according to this judge, it's mostly fine.
Yeah.
so so yeah. A U.S. federal judge has ruled that Google illegally maintained a monopoly in search, ordering the company to make changes, but stopping short of forcing a breakup. So you have a monopoly.
That's okay.
So adjust some things, twiddle some knobs, push some buttons.
Yeah. I like the piece about Apple that you mentioned. What was that note?
Oh yeah, because yeah. Here I'll finish reading my my summary here. Judge Amit Mehta's 226-page decision requires Google to share parts of its closely guarded search data with rivals and bars certain exclusive contracts with device makers, though it allows lucrative default search deals, including Apple's $20 billion arrangement, to continue. So that arrangement basically means that yeah, the judge allowed Google's default search deals to continue, which means that Apple can make Google search the default on Safari and other Apple devices.
So you bring up Safari on your iPhone, it's always going to say Google.
Google, that's right.
Yeah.
And you have to change it if you want to change a different search engine. Yeah, some random geek. So the government is just wagging their finger at Google. Essentially, yeah, that's right.
You're really big and we're not going to think about it, but we're a monopoly. Yeah. Like you have to let competition come through. You can't have something. And like we talked about the last time I was on your show, I like to think of the bigger picture here. Like the executives at Google pushing for this, they have one job, and that is for that stock to go up. That board, that's the only thing the board of directors does at a large corporation, and they will do whatever it takes to do that. And a lot of people like that have their portfolio, their investment portfolios, they look the other way. They don't really think about the big picture here. All they care about is that stock goes up. And as long as Google keeps doing this, keeps getting all this traffic, keeps everyone on Apple is using Google, that helps their advertising revenue. And so now everyone's pleased because the stock is rising, their investment portfolio is increasing. So people need to think about the bigger picture here. It's like it's stifling creativity and competition, and that's a healthy economy. That's what we want.
Right. Yeah. If you're gonna have capitalism, you have to have competition.
Exactly. That's the whole part of it. That's the whole point of I like to say which doesn't exist, capitalism with integrity. Which doesn't exist. Yeah, but I would like it to exist.
Right.
Yeah, don't limit people how much they make. Although people, if you have integrity, you shouldn't want to make billions of dollars. And let competition come in and welcome it. Partner with people more. It's just. That's what people want. We, the people, want.
Yeah. In fact, most of the antitrust stuff that's been going on over the last few years has been like community centered. Like it's been the people that demanded it, right?
Yeah, that's what we should be listening to instead of the big corporations. As always, I can't stand that, especially here in the United States.
Velkin 999 said, "I currently use Ecosia as a search engine. They plant trees with searches somehow. Oh, that's cool. I've been using DuckDuckGo for the last few years because it's not automatically tied to Google's search engine, and it's supposed to like rank things differently in a more useful way. But also now they're using like AI stuff as well. So
it's tough for them to compete. They're trying to run business as well. They have to. What are they going to do? Is it zero-sum game? Is that the right expression?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's set up that way. I guess since we're talking about the stock value of Alphabet, it jumped after the decision because they weren't broken up. The stock price jumped 7%, which adds $200 billion in market value to them. Velkin 999 said, "I'm still locked into my Gmail and I'm watching on a Google platform." So, exactly.
I'm the same. It's hard. Like for us, the people that are paying our taxes, going through the day to day. What are we what are we supposed to do?
That's
It's
right.
hard for us to accept what we're doing right now, which is healthy, talking about this issue. And
Yeah, you got to talk about it at least.
That's how people band together. The good people like us stick together. But yeah, what are you going to do? You're tied to it in some way, And I'm not like I go to work every day, and I use the most efficient search engine to get my job done as quickly as possible. Because if I don't, I might lose my job.
Right. Right.
It's difficult, especially in technology, to be virtuous.
Yeah, for sure. So this is kind of connected to the next story, in that it's all kind of part of the same system. But what Americans think of socialism is changing.
Yeah, this is good. This is getting us on the right track. Go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry.
Sure. A new Gallup poll shows shifting U.S. views on capitalism and socialism. Overall, 54% of Americans view capitalism positively, down from 61% in 2010, which is 15 years is quite a long time, and that's not a very big drop, but
I thought it was
it's something.
Still, it's on the right track.
Al-Gaddafi, the European government is planning to use American spy software on our messages. I'm afraid that I can't buy any ganja anymore and go to jail. As 7 police officers beat a man to death for 2 grams. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are the problem right there.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible.
For a crime that is not supposed to be a crime. Like who cares?
That's right.
There's a lot of worse crimes going out there than that. It's not ridiculous. Yeah. Good comment though.
Yeah. Among Democrats, only 42% see capitalism favorably, while 66% of us have a positive view of socialism, which is a dramatic reversal from 15 years ago. Younger Democrats are driving this change, with just 31% under 50 saying they view capitalism positively, which is makes perfect sense to me, right? Yeah. Because young people they're raised in the system as it is, which is not going to allow them to buy a house.
Exactly.
Their wages can barely let them live on their own, let alone like
it's failing.
That's right. Yeah, it's failing anyone. It's failing everyone, really, but it's failing the people who are younger the most right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I was a part of that too. So I graduated. I went to college, and I had to take out student loans to go to college, and that's what really opened my eyes. Is that I felt just trapped. Like, what am I supposed to do? Pay all this money back? And my wife and I were finally able to pay my loans off about 5 years ago. But I'm doing a job just because I'm stuck in a job because of that. A job I never want to do, working in the financial world. And that really opened my eyes to thinking about how other countries operate. Is that education has to be free. There's no argument. It has to be free for everyone. And
that's right.
Healthcare as well. Healthcare kind of goes along the socialism track. It's like, how can a healthcare industry be for profit? It's
sick.
The opposite of integrity. And that's what America is so big on. And I work, like I was saying before, I work with a lot of people from Sweden and from other countries around the world. And Swedish people won't say that their country is socialist. They'll say it's capitalism with safety nets. Because they're not trying to take control of everything. That's not what they want. They want business to exist. They want you to be creative, and if you want to make money, fine. But have integrity while doing it. And if something awful happens in your life, you may need support. That's what our taxes are paying for. They're here to help people, but not too much. There's limitations to that, of course. But mostly it's to help everyone progress equally, and that's what we're lacking here in the United States. It's ridiculous that you can't get health care, good health care. What does that even mean? Every health care should be good. It should be a standard, and that doesn't exist here in the U.S.
Yeah, no, that's right.
I'm glad to hear that people are migrating.
Yeah, they understand, right? Yeah, for sure. Some random geek said, gee, it's as if those who have grown up with 2 major economic crashes going like, yeah, we just don't like this capitalism thing.
Yeah. That's well said. I like that comment. Good.
Especially with only like 15% of millennials owning a home. Yeah, that's right.
It's impossible. I would be so, if I was coming out of college right now, I'd be so depressed. I'm depressed enough as a state of when I graduated college, like how expensive things are. Like, what are you supposed to do? You know,
that's right.
you live your life in this kind of world. It's just not fair. So it's the youth is really powerful with that. It's great to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. Al Gaddafi said, you can also see how the leftist party is gaining popularity in Germany, but sadly the chairman is mentally ill and also not capable of being an intelligent person. They should also use more competent humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that much about the left parties in Germany, but you would hope that the leader of them would be competent.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of like I'm on social media. I'm part of the Bookstagram world on Instagram, which is it's a good community. It's everyone that loves books. But you talk to certain people from different countries, and they're like, and everyone seems to be on the same page of what we're talking about right now. Of we want more of a, I know we want more of a socialistic view and everyone is sharing that around the world. We want everyone to be happy, not just gung ho profits. It's all we care about. Like, and that's a lot of the past in the United States. That's how everyone is, and a lot of that is in my industry, in the financial industry. It's like
it's the Gordon Gekko of ization of society, right?
Exactly.
Like the greed is good.
Yeah, it was like cool to be greedy back then.
Right.
Like, why would you want that? Yes, we all want nice things, of course. But I don't want 10 Lamborghinis, for God's sake. I don't want one. Like, live modestly and be able to live nicely, but why more? Like, why?
Yeah.
It's so short-sighted.
It is. Yeah, so the poll also shows free enterprise remains popular, but big business is deeply unpopular.
Yeah.
With only 37% of Americans viewing it positively. Socialism has become more polarizing, with Democrats warming to it while Republicans harden their opposition. But these numbers also come with a caveat. How Americans interpret socialism varies widely. And I was thinking when I was reading about this is like, how did they phrase the question? Because if you use the word socialism, then you will get this polarizing kind of effect. But if you say, do you think people have a right to health care?
There you go.
You get a much better proportion, right?
Yeah.
Or like, should education be attainable?
Yeah.
Depending on how that's right. Should the way that you question these things affects the outcome of the poll.
That's a big part of the problem is the definitions of socialism, of communism, of capitalism. Like, depending on who you ask, you get a completely different answer. And it should be phrased the way you said it. It's like, the systems of government that we have, labeling like this, it's something of the past. It's inefficient. It doesn't make sense anymore. What you said is good, Corey. Do you think everyone should have free healthcare and good health?
Right.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, that's great. Okay. Why don't we stop labeling governments a certain way? It's like, this is right. This is wrong. Free healthcare, free education, free childcare is right.
That's how you get people who disagree on political parties to agree on issues, right?
Yeah, exactly. Stop labeling us.
Yeah, that's right.
I hate the labeling of government beliefs. It's ridiculous. Right and wrong.
Yeah. And I did make a note. So the article talked about Zoran Mamdani, and he so somebody yelled at him, called him a communist in a rally, and he said, well, they used to always call us democratic socialists. And he's just not right about this. Like he's an okay guy for a politician, but they've always called the left-ish party communists.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right wingers have always been anti-communist. They have always called the Democrats communists. They don't know what any of these words mean.
They don't know what it means.
So
it's what they're saying. Like,
yeah, I don't think that they need to give. I don't think he needs to give them any credit, or like he kind of framed it the way he said, like, it means something that this person is calling me a communist instead of a democratic socialist, and I'm like, I don't think that really means anything.
Yeah. And politicians always love saying the word communist because it immediately makes people go, "Oh, that's a bad guy."
Right.
Oh, bad person. It labels them immediately. And that's what we've just been talking about. No, I'm not. I'm nothing. I care about what is right. Don't call me a communist. Don't call me a socialist. Don't call me a capitalist. I want.
If it happens to line up with anarchist or socialist political philosophy, then
Fine.
that's how it, that's because that particular philosophy might be correct about this thing.
Exactly. Oh God.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll move on. This next one is actually from a website called Climate and Capitalism, and talking about the environment a little bit.
Yeah, I like this one too. Plays perfectly into the government of what we're talking about.
Oh, we gotta. Who pays the doctors and nurses in this free healthcare system? Then, guys, who pays their? We do, you fucking asshole. We do.
And that's a good question that a lot of people ask. It's like, if we weren't paying for war, then we would have a lot more tax
It's
dollars to pay
it's
for.
just a dishonest question. I'm sorry, you do not. It's just a dishonest question.
Mm.
Who pays it? Well, it's not private industry. It's not insurance companies scraping profits off the top. That's who pays for it.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah. It's
All right. Climate and capitalism. 60% of the Earth's land area is now out of the safe operating zone. So it's not free. No, John, it's not free. Somebody pays for it. We all pay for it. We just don't have to pay for it out of our pocket at the time that we need it.
Yeah.
Because that's nonsense.
Yeah. Free, we should just say everyone receives it and we all pay for it. We all support each other.
That's right.
Through tax dollars, instead of wasting all of our tax dollars on war. If we're paying all the tax dollars we're paying right now, and if we weren't paying for war, we could afford so many more things, such as higher education and healthcare.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So, a new study from the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research finds that 60% of Earth's land is already outside of the safe operating zone for ecosystems, and 38% is in outright high risk. The measure is called functional biosphere integrity. It tracks whether plants can still do their job of regulating the Earth's system by powering carbon, water, and nutrient cycles through photosynthesis. Photosynthetic energy is the fuel of the biosphere, and every living system depends on it. And this research shows that humans are diverting a massive share of that energy through farming, logging, and land conversion, leaving ecosystems unable to stabilize themselves. And crucially, this destabilization started centuries ago with industrial agriculture, well before climate change was a thing that we were talking about.
Yeah, very scary. Yeah, it goes along with our short-sighted corporations.
That's right.
Are just for profit. But a big picture topic here is that the population. There are. It's a very sad thing to say, obviously, and there are too many humans on this planet. We are reproducing at such a rate that we will use all the resources on this planet, and that's exactly why this is happening. Is that these plants, trees can't produce like they used to, that they need to for us, because we're encroaching and getting rid of all the land that they need.
It's partly that, and it's also, of course, increased because of the incredible misallocation of resources.
Yeah, and because of greed as well. Yeah, people constantly they're using wood for things that we don't need. Just frivolity.
Yeah,
instead of having an integrity instead of just thinking about profits. That's the problem. These people have no integrity. These corporations have no integrity. They don't care about anything besides profit.
Yeah, that's right. It's the capitalist land use and the endless demand for biomass, whether for food, timber, or even quote unquote green energy, has been undermining planetary stability for a very long time. And we're running out of safe space for the land to do what it's supposed to do, or what it can do naturally, because we keep fucking with things.
Think about like we're talking about the younger generations. Like, what is going to happen in 10, 20 years to these younger generations? Like, and I see it when I was a kid too. It's like, think of an area that you drove past as a youth, and it was a forest, and now it's housing. Or, it's a car dealership, or and it just continues. We just continue on that path without thinking about the future.
Okay, let's see here.
So obtuse.
Goodbye.
It's
Goodbye, John.
it's
Get the fuck out of here.
it's ridiculous that happens.
Fucking dishonest capitalist nonsense. Yeah, it's frustrating because there's just like the production of all these things is always like in the name of profit and not in the name of supplying people with what they need.
Exactly. And too many people are just consumed by it. It's like we need an entire reset of how people think. We've always been, what's the word? It's like we've always been pushed on. Products are always being pushed on us. These corporations are inspiring us to buy more, buy the newest thing. Like Apple, do we need another iPhone to come out next year and every single year? We don't need to do that. We don't always have to.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And planned obsolescence is absolutely a big part of damage to the environment for sure.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We don't need all these things and devices all the time. Like what's that movie? Interstellar.
Oh yeah.
Ever seen Interstellar? And it's like the Earth starts fighting back basically, and everyone's dying, and because we've used all the resources. And the one character in that movie, the dad of Matthew McConaughey, was like, he's like, when I was a kid, he's like, it's like there was a new gadget every day, a new thing. Everyone had to buy something all the time. And that's the majority of the population. It's just, they just think they have to buy something for status, for really, just for status. Like to have something new so someone sees it. And it's such a shame that there's no one's, the people that are in the public eye, politicians, movie stars, actors, sports stars, people look up to. What do? They're buying 20 Lamborghinis and these huge elaborate homes, and everyone else, it just trickles down to all of us. They're like, I should have that too, and I'm working for that too. It's just
it's the marketing of it all, right? It's
sick. A global change needs to occur. God,
it's a social revolution I
like that
through education.
Yeah, that's very true. Well said. Yeah, that's why we're on here.
I can't take credit for it. Social revolution is an anarchist staple.
That's great. That's a great way to put it. Great statement.
So I guess moving on, the Trump administration is considering banning trans people from owning guns. They reportedly considering a Justice Department proposal to ban transgender Americans from owning firearms, framing them as mentally ill because of gender dysphoria. And obviously, this is just like a misuse of the term mentally ill.
Yeah, exactly. How did go ahead? Keep going, Corey.
Yeah, the move comes after a mass shooting at the Catholic Church in Minneapolis, allegedly committed by a trans woman, which right-wing media has, of course, seized on to push the narrative that trans people are inherently violent, regardless of the fact that the vast majority of violent crime and mass shootings are done by cisgendered men.
Yeah.
Like cisgendered white men, specifically.
Exactly. That's exactly right. How is this combating anything? Yeah, they're just putting a story out there to to make it seem like it's these people, the fault of these people, and a lot of people won't do correct due diligence. We're like, oh yeah, it is their fault. Like no, like you said, it's men that recognize with the gender of being a man are the problem with these guns.
Yeah,
they're doing these mass shootings. It's how
quote unquote alpha men going out and
exactly. That's the problem. I mean, and the bigger picture here is that they don't want to turn off the cash spigot that comes from the gun industries that fund their political parties, which is revolting. That's one of the things that I really can't stand.
Velcom 999. There has been one trans mass killer, and that's it.
Good comment, Velcom 99.
Exactly.
999. Yeah.
And some random geek said right wingers only talk about mental health to protect gun rights.
Exactly. Oh, good comment. I like that. To protect them getting their money. That's it. There's no reason to
I have a tendency to think I want trans people to have guns actually, because they're the ones who are at risk more than like the vast majority of people. Like they get targeted because they're trans so much they need some sort of defense, right?
Yeah. If anyone shouldn't
That's
have any guns, it should be illegal for straight men to have guns.
yes, that's right.
No more guns for straight men. Oh, now we don't have more problems.
Al Gaddafi. Have you ever tried Soylent? No, I have not.
What is that?
Like Soylent Green, like the movie with Charlton Heston.
What is it?
It's made out of people.
Oh.
Unless this is something else.
I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I'm curious. No, but that's the big picture of why guns haven't gone away. And the United States is a big problem with guns, obviously.
Yeah.
What is it in Canada? Can you legally own guns in Canada?
Oh, you can, but it's a little bit. There's a few more hoops to jump through, and there's certain guns that are okay, and certain guns that aren't.
Oh, so you guys do like limit.
Yeah, like there's rules around it, laws around it that, and you have to have a license. Like I think you'd kind of have to have a license and stuff in the U.S. too, but it's like I don't know how hard it is to get there.
Yeah,
most people here just don't bother. It's not.
I mean, they give the gun companies, gun lobbyists, give money to politicians, fund their lifestyles, give them a lot of money so that they will not vote to stop guns being available to the public. That's the most revolting thing I've ever heard of in humanity.
Velkin999 says, I told my wife straight men shouldn't be allowed to have guns if we're going to make any rules.
Yeah. I said the same thing to my wife. Oh, my wife loves that too. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense, right? Like the most people are killed by like that have guns are killed by like white dudes.
Yeah. It's exactly right. That's the big part of the problem. I mean, no one needs. We don't need guns. We need if you want to be. I mean, if you want to hunt, I suppose. I don't know.
But then rifles are usually not on the table as like an issue, right? Like just like a hunting rifle is usually fine.
Yeah,
it's usually like these adjusted weapons that can fire off more rounds more quickly that are the problem. I don't know that much about guns, but
me neither.
I just don't see I'm not fighting other people with guns.
Yeah. So, I have no use for a gun. I don't see anyone has a use for a gun. And
if you want to hunt, have a hunting rifle. I don't see a problem with that, but like, let's think about this.
Yeah. The gun, I mean, quite frankly, a gun should only be used for hunting. If you're a hunter and you're killing for your food and eating it, I guess you may need a gun to do that. Okay. There is no other reason to have a gun. None.
Let's see. We got a couple more comments here. Some random geek said Soylent seems to be a meal replacement. So instead of eating a meal, just have some Soylent, either in a drink or a bar.
Interesting.
Okay. It's made out of people.
I'll try.
Velkin999. I even conceal carry when I go because this awful country has made me that kind of paranoid about lone wolf mass killer types. Yeah, I can understand that.
I see what you're saying.
Al Gaddafi. As an anarchist, you support that every citizen is able to possess guns, as so the people can protect themselves from the government. I believe this is the only thing which makes USA better than us. Yeah, it's one of those things that I'm torn on because I don't see my own gun being that helpful against 50 cops because, I find that they often they'll overwhelm you. And unless you have if you have a community, if you have a supportive community and you're armed and defending yourself, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're just like an individual who's walking down the street in a city, you're not protected actually by having that gun. Yeah. Not really.
Yeah. People need to, it feels like in this day and age, especially in the United States, is that communities need to have it's like they almost need their own militias for God's sake to protect.
Yeah, that's right.
If governments get out of line, like we've seen throughout history.
Yes, so which I do support that. I do actually which is why I'm like I don't really buy into like the gun law thing like a lot of times because the law is the government. Yeah, and the government is deciding this because that way you can't protect your community against them, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's one of those things. I don't have a clear ideology on guns.
Because the law is the government. We want to be able to protect ourselves from the government. But what do we do? Have like a area where we train as a safe community and we have our weapons just in case the government comes to kill us. I mean,
You got to build a community first, right? That actually
it's
cares about each other and like are
you
willing to,
need a
yeah.
community that is on the same page, that everyone supports human equality first. That's the first step.
Kai Matara, you know what realization I came to? MLs don't realize anarchists are the vaccine for the body of revolution, even if one believes Marxist-Leninism is the way to revolution. If Marxism relies on dialectics, then they must understand dialectics requires an antithesis. If you purge anarchists and left comms like they did in the past, you are purging the healthy antithesis, which is how you get authoritarianism, right? And instead, you leave unhealthy antithesis, liberalism. It's like a vaccine. If you can purge your body of all germs and avoid vaccines, anarchism, but that makes your body more fragile when a virus. Liberalism comes, not less. Yeah, that sounds accurate to me.
Yeah, good comment. Yeah.
Falcon 999. Guns are an unfortunate reality. I wish they never existed.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah. If you never had that problem in the first place, then we'd be better off, right?
Yeah. Weapons. Imagine. I like fantasizing about worlds like that. My wife's like, what if there were no weapons, no knives, no swords, no guns, nothing? I mean, okay. I mean,
if you had to solve problems with your words instead.
The pen will always be my to the sword, Corey.
Some random geeks. Socialist Rifle Association, John Brown Gun Club, and Redneck Revolt are leftist organizations that are pro-gun, but they also focus on praxis and community safety, which is kind of what we were saying before. Is that it's got to be about community safety rather than, I think, the individual.
Yeah,
which is in a hyper individualist society, the way that like America is. Then the guns get used in ways like your guy on the street who feels threatened for a second, so he shoots somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
community
stuff
is what we need.
Yeah.
The weak community.
Yeah. Okay.
Comments as always. I love your audience.
Yeah,
really
lots of good, thoughtful people.
Yeah. No, you have a great audience.
Summer New Geek said, remember that scene in Empire Strikes Back? Luke feels cold. There is only what Luke takes with him, according to Yoda, and Yoda said, your lightsaber, you don't need it.
Good. Very good.
And Kai Matara said, replace all firearms and explosives with Nerf guns and water bombs. And if you're wet, you're out.
Have you seen the Barbie movie?
I have not.
There are some good scenes, but one of the scenes is like the male Barbies going to war with each other, and they're only fighting with like Nerf guns and that's how they're fighting. And my wife and I joke too. It's like, that's the future. That's what it should be. It's these guys aren't getting along. Oh, okay. We'll get together and I don't know with your Nerf swords or whatever. Like stop. Killing each other is the answer. That's really gonna work. Oh yeah, history shows.
I guess I'll move on though. So Canada is revisiting its shelved Online Harms Act after a string of tragedies linked to AI chatbots. This really got to me the other day. I don't know why. I'm really worried about the world.
I'm worried about this too.
In California, the parents of 16-year-old Adam Rain say ChatGPT encouraged his suicide. In Florida, a mother is suing character AI after her 14-year-old son took his life. A cognitively impaired man in the U.S. died after trying to visit a Meta chatbot that gave him a fake address.
Really?
And in Canada, a man with no mental illness developed severe delusions and extended conversations with ChatGPT. Experts are calling this AI psychosis and warn about children using bots for therapy or relationships.
Yeah.
And Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada, usually we say Ottawa in terms of the government.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Ottawa faces pressure to regulate, but trade concerns and U.S. opposition could water down reforms, highlighting how public safety often comes second to big tech profits. This I guess the reason this gets to me is because how do you, if you do not have something already going on where you may not be able to separate reality from fiction, how do you fall into a position where you think that, and how do you develop delusions from chatting with AI, right? Like, how do you as a, like, it really bugs me that this is a thing that can happen and that people are susceptible to this. And I mean, I'm not blaming the people, obviously. I think that we need to think about the way that these tools are supposed to function.
Yeah, it came to
We're
market
not,
way too fast. Keep going, Corey.
they're just not meant to, you're not supposed to be building relationships with ChatGPT. and, but there's no safeguard really to stop you from doing that.
Yeah, it's just like it's the internet that is even easier to speak to. We used to just be able to type things in our search engines and get things and do your own due diligence. And now you can ask it anything and it gives you a reply and you're influenced. And
even if that reply is absolutely nonsense,
and
it still gives you something that makes you feel like you got the right information, right?
Yeah, and it takes a toll on individuals that may not, it takes a toll on the wrong individuals. And wrong is the right word.
But like people who are susceptible to it.
Yeah, people that are, susceptible is a good word, yes. And what safeguards were even thought about before bringing this to market? No one thought about this. They just wanted to get it out there, the profits, and we'll see what happens. Oh, and everyone's happy about the profits. And now these things are starting to be the result of this. And no one is we're thinking about it after these horrible things start happening. That's how it always works in this kind of society, this capitalistic heavy society.
Yeah, because you have to, you're pushing things forward so much, profits come first, and then you deal with the repercussions. It's like the move fast and break things mentality, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't put a crosswalk in a busy intersection. Let someone get hit first,
right?
Then put it in. Oh, I mean, be as safe as possible first. That's what we care about, and that's what a better government with integrity would do. That's what the government should be doing. It's protecting us from corporations, from just profits. That's what there should be some sort of regulation about those kind of, but there aren't. They don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
some random geek. For decades, there has been guys in Japan that want to marry their digital girlfriends, mostly characters in visual novels. So sadly, the falling in love with chat AI bots doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
That's a good. I guess. I like that comment.
It's like the guys with their like they used to make movies about the guy who fell in love with the mannequin or whatever, or the doll or what have you, and like I guess,
it's going to get worse.
Yeah, it's just very concerning.
Yeah, a lot of men are very susceptible to that too.
Velkin 999. People who could use therapy are instead getting assaulted by Silicon Valley. Yeah, that's right. And I can't help but think that there's also like a key here within the patriarchal norms of society, right? In that men are trained to, like, we're taught as we grow to believe that we're entitled to whatever women happen to be around us. And then when we don't have access to those women, then we fall into these kind of like toxic mentalities and toxic traps, right? And it's really because women often aren't viewed as people, but are rather viewed as property, which is pretty fucking bad, right?
And it's a man problem. There's good men and bad men. Good men support human equality. Bad men do not support human equality. And I like the way how you said it, Corey, because a lot of men will, let's say they want to get a girlfriend, let's say, and let's say they go after a girl and the girl is unimpressed and just kind of and now that and doesn't want to be with them. And now that man is angry. And he becomes more and more angry, more toxic, and thinks that hands together with other like-minded men that have been turned down by a lot of women, perhaps. And now they get angry. They don't think that they need to evolve or change, or that they think of them. Yeah. They think that there's nothing wrong with me. This girl should like me, and she doesn't. And then they all get together and get angry all the time. Like that's what like all like these like the white supremacists are. They're just a bunch of guys that can't get girls and are angry together. And that's you see. No girl wants to be with a
Yeah.
guy like that. They just band together because they don't have anyone else.
Some random geek says, and also don't forget how men, or quote unquote real men, don't talk about their feelings, or men don't cry. There's no crying in baseball. It also adds to the loneliness. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And of course, capitalist alienation. Don't forget alienation under capitalism. Of course.
Comment some random geek.
Yeah, for sure.
I know I identify as a man, and
right.
But I know that men are the problem. Men are the biggest problem in the world. It's straight men. The straight men are the problem. Those are the highest percentage of humans that don't support human equality are straight men.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's a shame how they're raised to be that way. Don't cry. Don't show your emotions. And we should be. It's exactly the opposite. Being manly is being evolved and expressing yourself. That is what a good human or a good man would be.
Some random geek. A lot of Nazis were for sure incels.
Well, a lot of girls really wanted to be with the Nazis. Oh yeah, those guys really attracted a lot of women. Like no girl wants to be with a guy who hates anyone. Women are not attracted to that.
Yeah.
And
no matter what, like you're just not entitled to a human being's affections. Like it's just not how that works. Like you have to be somebody that other people want to be around.
Exactly.
In order to meet someone that wants to be with you.
Yeah, which is a peaceful, happy, intelligent, sophisticated person. People want to be around that.
That's not to say like there's lots of people who are fine on their own too. Like we used to just call them like perpetual bachelors or whatever, right? And they were fine. They just didn't, they lived their lives.
Yeah.
But so much of the marketing and so much of what's going on in media and that people are exposed to is like telling them that they have to have someone that they're romantically involved with. And that just doesn't fit for everybody.
Yeah. Good point too, Corey. Yeah, you don't have to fit into this category of being a man. And all the wrong men are very easily influenced. And I as a young man, I was easily influenced myself. Like I wanted to fit in, and you're always the bombastic, big bullyish guys are like the guys that you're like you fear and then want to be their friend. I was bullied quite a lot as a young man. And I didn't know why. And all I wanted to do was get the attention off of me. And you were like, and you're quick to make fun of someone else because then the bully is not bullying you. It's just that cycle just repeats with men. It's very dangerous for men. It's easy to fall into that trap too of just being angry.
For sure.
Now I hate people. I hate women. They don't listen to me. And then now you're just and this group of men thinks the same thing. So now I'll join forces with them and not do other bad man things and think people are
which we've seen like over the last 20 years or whatever, this increase of like online anti women and anti anyone femme presenting, really.
It's
a kind of mentality.
Men too. If you're a Trump supporter, you're a misogynist. 100%. There's not every man that is a Trump supporter, they all fall into that category here in the United States. It's so easy to see.
Velka 999. It's the guys who didn't realize women are just people partway through school. Yeah. Kai Matara, do you know why the political spectrum often makes no sense? Because the right cannot be political. Politics is about changing who gets a say and who counts. The right runs on politics, but not on politics, but on police order, which keeps people in their assigned roles. It cannot be political because politics happens only when people challenge the system itself.
Yeah.
A dictatorship shows this clearly. The right's role, you politicize something to force it to change, which is the left's role. Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Matara. I like that. Yeah.
On to our almost last story. So I don't know if you know who Romana Didulo is.
I looked at your notes. Yeah.
She's the self-proclaimed Queen of Canada.
I thought
she's a Filipino Canadian who was like a conspiracy figure in QAnon, and she was arrested along with 15 others in a dramatic RCMP raid on September 3rd, 2025, in the village of Richmond, Saskatchewan. Didulo obviously rose to prominence during the QAnon, with issuing bogus royal decrees where she said that people don't have to pay taxes or all your debt was erased. Some of which I wouldn't mind if it was real.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But I find that it often talking about these people, like it highlights the difference between the sovereign citizen movement and like anarchists. Like sovereign citizens believe that all the laws don't exist, where like an anarchist hates the laws,
Okay.
even as we know they exist and can affect us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting story. So basically, a cult leader, I guess.
Yes, essentially a cult leader. Yeah, and then I just wanted to highlight it because it's so close. Like it's like 400 kilometers away from me, which is like like 4 hours drive, right? So
it's not the poor town. The town. It sounds like a small town.
Yeah, like 118 people in the last census. Yeah,
they're bearing the brunt of this horrible thing, and that the government. I liked your note that they came in kind of at the last to fix things up when they should have been there for a long time ago. And now the town has they suffered because of this.
That's right. Because these Didulo's followers would harass people in the streets and like you're just not allowed to like exist in your town anymore because you're basically have a group of like rabid cult leaders.
Yeah, and the government should be. That's where we want the government to step in much quicker. You know, if a group is coming in all of a sudden harassing a peaceful area,
harming people. Yeah. Velkin 999 said, "I heard she had a fair case because the guns she got raided for were fake." Yes. Yeah, and in fact, I think there was one real gun, but the majority of them were fake. But they also in related news, they also said they couldn't go back to the abandoned school that they were living in because they weren't tied into the sewer system and it's no longer habitable. So, yeah.
Where's the government in this situation? You know, where's the government helping out a small town that needs assistance?
You know? Well, I think that's exactly it. Is like you can have like you have freedoms, but somebody like you'll get like groups who are protesting for Palestine arrested regularly or shut down in a variety of ways. But then this person gets to just harass people, and like it's evenly applied, right?
Yeah, well said. I like that. Yeah, easy to arrest these people because they've got some political, not even political. They care about humans.
Essentially.
Help innocent life, and they're the ones that are being taken to jail and slandered. Oh, but these people running this cult and bothering good people that live in a small town. Oh, no one's going to do anything about that.
Yeah, that's just it. Oh, I was gonna bring up the next article, but apparently I've used up all my my free articles for the Financial Times.
Oh no!
So I'll have to.
What you mean? It happens to me.
Just give me a second. I'll get this open.
No, take your time. I love this. I love these topics.
Let's see. Bernsey said, skeptical leftist, weird stuff going on in Poland, according to Uranon TV, strikes from Russia, planes from Italy and the Netherlands. I'd keep an eye on this last hour.
A new story going on. Stuff going on in Poland. It's like the news was packed today, too. There's so many, there's a ton of stuff going on. Well, it's always.
The last while has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I think I've got this. I'm going to share this now.
Nice.
Oh, no, wrong one. I'll find it. I'll get it. There we go. That's the right one. American capitalism inspired by China?
I like.
This is my capitalism's most deranged moment of the week. The U.S. government has started buying pieces of major private companies in deals that look less like free market capitalism and more like state capitalism with American branding. In late August and early September, the Trump administration grabbed a 10% equity stake in Intel with $8.9 billion in redirected grant money. They pushed Nvidia and AMD into giving up 15% of their Chinese revenue to the U.S. Treasury and secured a quote-unquote golden share in the U.S. Steel Nippon Steel merger, and had the Pentagon buy 15% of rare earths producer MP Materials for $400 million.
Yeah. Now they've got a stake in these large industry sectors, able to influence their decisions using our tax dollars. Like,
it's
that's not a free market. That's not capitalism either.
No, that's
that's not capitalism.
Exactly what they would argue against, right?
Yeah, that's big government controlling a free market, the opposite of capitalism.
Yeah,
all people in charge, unqualified people in charge, and there's influencing the mob of people that don't understand what the big picture is, which are the Trump supporters.
Yeah, it's one. Bernsey says it's one party statism. Yeah, that's right. It's which is essentially what they are going to push for at some point, right? Like the Republicans, the Trump party wants to be the party that can run the world,
which isn't even the United States anymore. Is it the end, Corey? Is it the fall of Rome?
All empires must end. That's the thing. All empires must end.
True. Yeah. It was, I feel like everyone's just been using the United States for so long. Well, the Americans especially, just getting resources, not caring about the long term of the country, not caring about anything or anybody else. It's like it's turning to barbarian land here, and has been for a while. I mean, it shows. It shows too with this current administration. The barbarian mob, ancient Rome.
Yeah. Kai Matara. Well, yes, I am for tax cuts for the rich. The T is silent.
Good. Yeah.
All empires must end. When did China's empire end? Well, it's still going through a variety of changes, and it has been extremely limited at various times because of outside influence.
Yeah.
But
American influence, probably
in a lot of ways. Yeah. I just want to go back a little bit to Kai Matara asked, what is either of your favorite lesser known philosopher?
Oh, I can. Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I don't know if you classify this as a philosopher exactly. I mean, Thoreau.
Okay, yeah.
Thoreau's like famous philosopher, like people usually say, like Socrates, I suppose. But I really like Thoreau, and I like his vision of you're freer in jail than you are outside of jail.
Right.
And his expressions about my neighbor has to work and break his back every day because he has to because he drinks coffee. He's like, I don't have to buy coffee or break my back for work every day because I don't drink coffee. You know, he went to some extremes, but his main vision was we need to live modestly and have a simpler life. And my favorite is the best government is the one that governs least. He was very anti-big government, which is what I like when everyone, like we were just saying, everyone who is a Trump supporter is like, oh, capitalism. And you're like, no, you're not supporting capitalism. You're supporting big government. You just don't realize it. Yeah, I'm a big Thoreau fan. Yeah,
right on. I don't know if he counts as lesser known. I'm a Kropotkinite. Peter Kropotkin, writer of The Conquest of Bread and Mutual Aid as a Factor of Evolution.
Oh, I've heard that title, The Conquest of Bread. I've never read that.
Yeah, it's anarchist, basic anarchist texts.
I need to get more into your anarchist texts. I just haven't gotten. I have never gotten into those. Not because of choice, or not because I don't want to. Just because I haven't heard of it.
Yeah,
I like that.
I kind of like. I've jumped on like. I don't know if he counts as a philosopher either, but what's his name? The writer of Seeing Like a State. Very good, very, very dense book.
Yeah. All right.
Very dense book. Or Eric Larson, who wrote The Operating System, which is an anarchist theory of the state. I consider this all philosophy. I don't know if people think of that as
No, I
philosophy.
think it's philosophy. As long as you're discussing big picture world social views. I mean, that's philosophy. How we should operate, how we should what a healthy environment is for the world. That's philosophy. If they're just discussing that, then yeah, you're a philosopher. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Velka999 said, I wanted the fall of capitalism, but not quite like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people are suffering that I would prefer didn't have to suffer, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could kind of just ease into this as we evolve naturally, which is what we would probably do if it wasn't if all those horrible things were happening in the world right now. It doesn't need to be brought on by all this war and strife and people not believing in human equality. It should be done naturally, which I think it would. Wow.
Bernsey says, I love how oversimplified World War II Part 2 starts with Europe doing whatever they want and Japan saying, wait, why can't we do that? In China.
Yes.
In China.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was actually, that's interesting that, was it Bernsey 111 said that? I was just looking up some detail just the other day about the history of Japan invading China. And I knew of it. I didn't know much detail about it. I did some surface level due diligence just the other day, independently. Because I came across some other article that spurred my interest. But it's interesting that person, that Bernsey, just said that because like all of a sudden Japan's going in and trying to take over. Yeah, it's crazy how these countries are influenced by others.
Yeah,
taking over the world and gaining influence, gaining access.
Why can't we do that? Yeah.
I could go to the country, spread my religion, and take over their resources and use it for our own. Yes.
Some random geek. As more anarchist authors, I like David Graeber and Errico Malatesta. Yeah. Also, Graeber is a really good one.
David Graeber. I wrote that down too. What was the other one? David Graeber.
Errico Malatesta. And Seeing Like a State was written by James C. Scott.
Okay.
Kai Matara said, we Maori inspired Kropotkin through Elise Reclus writing about us in the earth and its inhabitants, Oceanica. Reclus came up with the name for Conquest of Bread, and wrote the first preface.
Really?
Oh, interesting. I did not know that background.
You've got the best. You get. I love your audience. I mean, it's inspiring me. I haven't been much. I haven't had much knowledge into the anarchist world until we started talking more, and I like the approach. And it's always seems like they're the good people too. They get it. Everyone thinks they see an anarchist, they're like, oh, they're against. No one even knows what they're against, but they freely judge anarchists way too harshly.
Well, I don't want to pretend that all anarchists have always been on the right side of everything.
Sure.
But there's lots of the bomb throwing anarchist kind of stereotype did come out of somewhere. Propaganda by the deed is something that's still debated among anarchists, and whether violence or property damage is of the best use is something that anarchists still debate back and forth. But
I mean, today I wanted to burn the White House down.
See, so I can relate to that
side of it. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I just want to.
Velka999 said Japan's invasion and occupation of China has some of the worst war crimes I've ever heard of. Unspeakable. There's a Behind the Bastards series covering it.
I read the leader of Japan at that time who was pushing that, pushing for the conquest of China. Yeah, what that individual just said about the horrible war crimes. Yeah, there was some
Yeah. Kai Matara said, what are we going to do today, Japan? The same thing we do every day, Germany. Try to take over the world. World War II discussions, probably. Yeah, they actually did, yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then some random geek also said, James C. Scott has also written 2 Cheers for Anarchism and The Art of Not Being Governed.
Ooh, I like that title, The Art of Not Being Governed. Nice
There's
title.
been a lot of talk lately about anarchist calisthenics, which I believe is something that I think was in one of these James C. Scott books somewhere, or it could
Okay.
I might be mixing people up though.
Nope.
Burnsy 111. The EU, US, and Japan all have adopted 9 of the 10 parts asked for in the Communist Manifesto, something no media mentions consistently. The one they didn't adopt has to do with landowners who don't use their land.
Interesting. I like all this, and this is good information.
Kai Matara said, "Yep, sadly, Bakunin was quite the anti-Semite, and Emma Goldman was a little bit eugenicist." Yeah, I was sad when I saw that. It doesn't serve us as anarchists to ignore that history. We must address it and be better. Yeah, exactly.
Good comment, Kamatara. Yeah,
exactly. Well, we are over an hour, so I'm gonna do our shout outs for mutual aid and community help, and I will post these links in the show or in the chat again. So first we've got the GoFundMe for KJ's fight against the brain tumor again. They are at around $12,000 last I looked, and they still need 14,000 to is their goal for that GoFundMe. So there's the link, assuming it'll post. Oh, there it goes.
Good cause.
Burnsy, is it really possible to be a little bit eugenicist?
What is that? What does it mean to be? I don't know what that means.
Eugenicist is like social Darwinism, like the elimination of some people to make the genetics of the rest of us improve.
Oh, so
that's eugenics. Yeah.
What if I said that I? Oh, go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like Emma Goldman, she did lean in some ways towards that kind of viewpoint. She talked about people who were disabled, I believe, or like who were had mental illness in pretty bad ways. But I don't think she endorsed it fully. But also, like. Yeah, exactly. Like, when do you start with the elimination of? Yeah, that's just the question, right? Like, obviously, at some point, once you start endorsing like the elimination of certain people, you're in bad zone.
And I always think that instead of saying the elimination, what if we said, okay, you have a choice. You either agree to support human equality, or you do not. If you do not, here is the spaceship, and it's going to be in outer space orbiting Earth. And you can come back anytime to Earth and say, okay, yes, now we'll support human equality. And then you can come back to Earth. But if you don't support human equality, then you're not allowed to live on this planet. And then,
well, there is an argument to be had for like pushing people out of the colony, like banishing people and being like, well, you're not helping us build our community, right?
Yeah.
You're actively fighting against us. But even then, I'm not a big fan of the idea. I don't want banishing people.
The only caveat is that, look, here's the bus, here's the shuttle, and it's every day from the space station. People don't believe in human equality. And you can say, okay, today I've decided to change. I want to come back to Earth, and I'm going to support human equality. Great news. Yeah. You're allowed to come back. And that shuttle is there every single day. But if you don't support human equality, I don't think you deserve to live on this planet. You can change anytime and come back. Welcome in open arms.
Banning, not murdering. Yeah, better. Yeah, it's definitely better.
Oh, yeah. The choice is yours. Evolve or live somewhere else. And you can choose to come back anytime you want.
Yeah. Kai Matara. Yeah, a lot of suffragettes at the time were eugenicists too. The first to win women the right to vote was Kate Shepherd here in New Zealand, and she was for eugenics specifically against us Maori. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the right wing likes to bring up like the people who started Planned Parenthood had kind of eugenicist leanings as well. They were not always in the best. They weren't thinking of the best of all people when they started these plans, these things. But
as they always say, one bad apple does not ruin an entire barrel. Do not judge an entire group that wants to do something good by someone who invented it. You can't help how those people are. I mean, it's a bad system.
No,
more good comments.
Burnsy, the Vikings discovered North America because they didn't murder Eric the Red. They banned him. Yeah, that's right. I guess moving on with my mutual aid shout outs. I'm also going to post the Cathedral Community Fridge link, and the Regina Community Fridge has there's two community fridges in my city, the Cathedral and the Regina Community Fridge. So I'll post both links there. If you have a community fridge in your community, then by all means support them. I'm also going to post the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which is something that seems to be needed more and more all the time, because of all the atrocities going on there, the genocide. Last week, I shared this same link for Taylor McNally. Taylor McNally is an activist and organizer out of Calgary, Alberta, who has a number of pages to help support others on her Linktree. And she also needs help on her own with legal fees because she was targeted by the Calgary police for her activism. So I'm going to post that in the chat as well.
Nice, Corey.
And then I gotta shout out some random geek who consistently gives a significant portion of their income to people in need, and has a charity links page and a tip jar that you can support the people that you can send the money to some random geek, and they will send it on to people who need it.
Nice work, some random geek. Nice.
So this is, I know it's a lot more links than I usually do, but I was like, so many people need this. Burnsy111, my community is Calgary, where the city is a mere 825 kilometers squared. Yeah. Calgary is an interesting place. I don't think I could ever live there. It's too big for me. Too many people.
I see.
And of course, I've got the message from Left Texas Congress. They say, greetings, comrades. We are the Left Texas Congress, a not-for-profit organization in Texas dedicated to combating poverty through autonomous means. We are not affiliated with the Texas state government.
Nice.
In February of 2026, we will be holding a healthcare and housing symposium with the objectives of formulating a plan to finance and autonomize our healthcare and housing to establish hope and resilience in working class and poor communities, and to create alternative approaches to privatized healthcare and proprietorship over people's lives.
Nice.
We are seeking healthcare and housing activists and advocates to help with workshops and panel discussions for this symposium. Please let us know if you would like to be part of this project by emailing us left_Texas_Congress@proton.me. Or you can follow them on Blue Sky. If you are in Texas and this interests you, we want you in our crew. Join us in our cause. Love and solidarity. The Left Texas Congress. Freedom, justice, equality.
Nice. Good message.
I want to go back and check out a couple of these comments. Some random geek said, "Thank you for that." Yes, absolutely. I would love to for people to be helping you to help others. And Calgary keeps growing. So, Kai Matara, we got to be loud for Palestine action as we don't suffer the consequences of support in our countries. I assume it's the same in Canada. Yeah, we don't actually suffer in most ways from supporting Palestinian cause.
Yeah, agreed.
So many people need help, as if capitalism causes a lot of people to suffer. Yeah. It does, in fact. Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, well said, some random geek. I love these comments.
New York City is 778.2 square kilometers, which is smaller than Calgary. But I think they have more people by a significant amount.
I used to live in New York. It's crowded.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
4.5 years I was in New York.
I could not do it.
It's the only good thing that you would like about it is that it is a good society. Like, it is probably, I've lived in a lot of places in the United States. Like, it is an accepting, beautiful society. Everyone has a job. Everyone's working. It's very easy to get employed in New York. Everyone's getting a fair, decent wage, and everyone is like unified and together in New York City.
Interesting.
We walk down the street and not hear English for 5 blocks and hear 10 different languages, and everyone everyone is accepting. Everyone is on the same page with like etiquette. everyone is on the same page with their open-minded ways of thinking. It's human equality is supported in New York City. It's a great society. Too big, too crowded.
Burnsy 111. Canada 41 million. California 39 million.
Oh my
God. Yeah. We have 41 million. Actually, that's more than I was thinking it was, because last time I remembered it was like 33 million. So
wait, all of Canada?
Yeah, in all of Canada. Like, it's 41 million in all of Canada. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The province that I live in is only 1 million people, or just over 1 million people as it is.
Oh, it's blowing my mind right now. I don't know why I've never even thought to research that. What? The United States sucks.
We have elbow room. Yeah, that's right.
It's way too crowded here. It's ridiculous.
Some random geek said R.I.P. Graham Greene. I'm not sure who that is.
Green.
But I'm sure if some random geek is saying R.I.P. for them, then they must have been a decent person.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's everything for the evening. Thank you, everybody, for the great comments. We had a lot of people coming in and going throughout the stream. I really appreciate everybody for being here. Here we go. Burnsy, Rip, Graham Greene, Gravitas, great actor. Was in Dances with Wolves. Okay.
Wolves. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, again, thank you, everybody. Oh, before we go, Nick, where can people find you?
Yes. I am. I'm an author, and I'm on Instagram, and my handle on Instagram is Nick D. Girard. I do a lot of kind of silly things on Instagram, but my goal is to inspire humans to support human equality. Oh, and Corey, can I say that we can give away free books?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. I want to give away some books
to your audience, Corey. Look, I wrote a work of fiction titled "In the Beginning," and in short, the book is saying that we will never have. Well, it is a little bit of a, how should I say this, a controversial thing I'm going to say, but it's basically saying we'll never have world peace or human equality as long as religion exists. And I know that's a very hard thing for a lot of people to hear. And so the goal of the book, that is a very controversial thing to say, but the story is centered around the need for world peace and human equality. It's very against the status quo, all for humans living together in peace. But the main point of me telling you this is that I give away a lot of free books. I send free books out all over the world. And if you would like a free book, I can mail you a hard copy to wherever you live around the world. Or if you live in the United States, I can send you a free Kindle copy. Free books about world peace. So feel free to hit me up on Instagram, Nick D. Girard, or let Corey know your address or email, and I will send you a free book. I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, my link tree has my email. It's mindofaskepticalleftist@gmail.com. If you want to contact me to get a free book from Nick, I'll forward it on.
Very cool.
Thank you, everybody, and have yourselves a great night.
Thanks, everyone.